Yeah, it's me again. It's only 8:30 in the morning, still Sunday, the 15th of February, 2026. Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which is me. Still with a dog in the arm. Still talking about the old days. Moving around from place to place, having memories left and right. Responding to the artist in recovery concerning about his memories. And reliving horrors and other things I've dealt with. When a 94 earthquake hit, I was living in town of Reseda, which is a small community, or actually a large community out in the San Fernando Valley. Before they're doing this weird ass name changes that they did back in the 90s to 2000s, trying to increase and bump up their real estate values, we didn't have those kind of names. I mean, yeah, we had a lot of them, but NoHo, West Ho, Ho Ho. One particular place of the San Fernando Valley was called Sepulveda, wiped out, called North Hills forever. This particular place was on a section of the San Fernando Valley that would be the drainage ditch. Now, in the south end of the San Fernando Valley, and I'm going to switch over to Google Maps, not Google Earth, because I want to look at what they have for the past couple of years. Even though Google Earth would have that information, my computer's having a hard time processing. Screw this one. Let's go back to Google Earth. Google Earth. So, San Fernando Valley, Sepulveda Basin. That's the only thing that kept up with the name. Because everything else changed throughout the years. Sherwood Forest? The fuck is that? North Hills. Here's the thing that pissed me off when I was living in San Fernando Valley. I used to be in an area called Sepulveda. It had the worst rotten reputation because of gang activities, drugs, and stuff like that. But there are certain portions of Sepulveda that wanted to call themselves North Hills to keep their real estate value up there, while everything else was crime-ridden, everything else was crappy, like Van Nuys or North Hollywood. But there were certain areas of North Hollywood that were pretty decent, but they called it NoHo because they wanted to keep it fashionable. So the only thing that we still have left of the name Sepulveda is either Sepulveda Boulevard or Sepulveda Wash Basin. And the basin is the collection of when the rainwater comes in, and it's the flood zone here. You guys look at the maps. You see that green area? It's golf course, parkland, water filtration area. It's a garden spot, isn't it? But this is the wash basin. I'll tell you, the area is in a conclave. Bit of a conclave. There are homes throughout the decades that have built up more and more around the areas, including apartment complexes. And even they would have a problem concerning about the flooding because the water coming into the place still had to be filtered out and drained downwards into more wash basins through flood channels. But it would also flood up, and we would have flooding throughout some of the street areas. There are certain areas that actually do have concaves in San Fernando Valley. Sun Valley would be at Porter Ranch. Sometimes we would have them, and you wouldn't even know it until you got sunk. If you had a small car, you were dead, unless there was a boat. Turn into a boat. What? All right, I'll put you down. I'll put you down. You're gonna fuss. You go to fuss. I know. I gotta get you fed. I gotta get you fed. I know. That's right in front of the ground. You couldn't even eat that shit. But you're gonna be wandering around all over the damn place because you want to be fussy. Fuss. She's got fuss. My dog does that. All right. I know. You're in my arms, and now you're just fussing the fuss. You're fussing the fuss. Come on. You try being a caregiver to a dog. Let's see how you do it. With all of its imperfections, it's still home to a point. But I lost that when I lost people I cared about, lost track and it just became another place on the map. And I still miss it. And a lot of memories. Places I've gone through, places my family's gone through, lived through, survived. When the Northridge earthquake hit back in '94, we were living in a neighborhood called Reseda, well below that. The seismic waves that came from the ground zero area were shocking the entire region. Northridge got it because a lot of the landscape in there crippled, almost damn near destroyed the entire Northridge Mall. There were neighborhoods that actually had collapsed apartment complexes. 3 or 4 stories became 2 stories. We had up in the northern region of Granada Hills, Porter Ranch area, streets afire with flooding. The pipes would have burst and we had water all over the place, but because we had gas burning, there was an eerie landscape that you see is fire and water mixing with each other and nothing canceling each other out. They have pictures of that still to this day, black and white and color online. It still freaked me out because I had friends over there surviving that territory. Certain areas did come out okay, even though they had some not much structural damage. But still, they had power, they had water. But certain areas of the San Fernando Valley didn't, and I was in the territory of Reseda that didn't have it. Now, after my previous videos, I was talking about moving from place to place to place. Well, moved out of Granada Hills down into the Sepulveda area by the 405. I lived there for a short time. I graduated from high school and started working, actually going to Porter Ranch. No, correction. Pierce College. Yeah, I could do a PDF on this one. I mean, I really could do a PDF on this damn place. But I've done a few of them already. I don't think I want to deal with it ever again because I'm getting depressed about the whole damn shit. But I'll talk about it anyway because it's home, it's memories. Pierce College became a 2-year stint for me. I didn't do a better job on the grades. Some I did. Got to a point where I thought I was going to get through another semester until they gave me the yank off. 1 year academic separation pissed Ma off a great deal. She says, you go to work full time or you're homeless. So I had to find work that was full time and worked at it. Worked at a Thrifty's when it was still there. Down the street from home. And worked at a company called Circuit City, and it was right by my old junior high, Devonshire and Balboa area. You guys want to look at that neighborhood? Oh yeah. It's changed a lot throughout the decades. I mean, I worked 87 and 91 during that time. And between 87 and 91, I moved from place to place. Family did. Small side street, close to the office, and then the rest of the time on a street called Woodley. Right between Parthenia and Nordau. It was home. When we couldn't have the house on Woodley, we moved out to Reseda and stayed there for about 12 to 13 years. A lot of jobs, a lot of ventures, a lot of things. It was home. The family made it home, so I tried to make the whole San Fernando Valley my home. I grew up there for 38 years. Sometimes I didn't like the changes that they had. Buildings gone, new buildings up, schools replacing malls. Sometimes it was slow and sometimes it was fast-paced. Like, what? Changes happening over at the Van Nuys Airport. We used to have a military base of the Air National Guard, two squadrons, communications and transport. They moved out to Ventura County, and it's still stuck there. But I missed a lot when I took out the military because we loved the military air shows. Not everybody was great on the military air shows because we had parking issues all around the damn Van Nuys Airport. Just for people to see the weekend, just to see the airplanes coming in and out and stable and gawk at them. Yeah. See, every time I keep looking at the San Fernando Valley and the surrounding areas, I'm reminded of journeys and adventures my brother and I would take. Long stories about my brother in earlier videos about his history and past. But this, why did I get stuck out here for right now? I don't know. It just seemed like the thing for me to talk about. With all the changes happening with the damn politics right now and screwing over people left and right and scaring the crap out of people, I was trying to go back in time to see if there was a place I could actually hide out for a while and realized I can't. Oh, I can talk about the past like crazy, but like an old fart and go, yeah, I remember running this, running that one. Yeah, well, fuck it. Some things do need to be reminded, and others, just let it be. Let it be because things have happened and scared the hell out of people. Way too much. I look at what they considered Rustic Canyon, Pacific Palisades, and along the coastlines, and the fires that we had about the past couple of years. The photos have been updated since September of 2025. They still show the devastation of the fires we all saw, online and in person. We used to be busy, congested, livable places. It's depressing as hell. Altadena would be the same damn way. And it makes me sick to my stomach. Every time we had fires going through the San Fernando Valley, or actually not through the valley, but through different areas, it just made me sick to my stomach of seeing what used to be is no longer. Eaton Canyon Falls, and I see the devastation in here. And I'm so damn sick to my stomach, it's not even funny. I'm taking off Google Earth. And I'm putting back on other things. I feel old and depressed because I'm seeing a lot of things happening and I'm feeling as old as time itself. Old and ancient for a 60-year-old who shouldn't be able to feel this way or think this way. And I guess the older you get, the more we want things to stay the same, and they're not. And we know we can't have them. There's no way to have them back. But even if we did have them back in our old age, can we enjoy what we had or gone through? The bitch of it of allowing time to rob energy from you. It's not just the energy. It's the willingness. Be willing to do things back like you used to. The bodies would tell you one thing, but sometimes the little voice in there says, well, why don't we? And I'm thinking to myself, it's like trying to watch the Twilight Zone episode where the older folks started playing kick the can. At the end of it, they turned into kids. And the last holdout wasn't recognized by the kids, even though he wanted to be a kid, but He kept saying no. The kids ran away. Left the old part alone. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. And I'm feeling it these days myself. I guess that ends it for today.